Crystal ball. I hate to do this, but it's required. At this time next week, will Nathaniel Hackett be the Broncos' head coach?
I'm going to say yes. I surely hope so. I know it's not been perfect, but I hope they can stay the course here and believe in what they researched and the diligence they had in the offseason. I know that. I know it hasn't been great. I get it. And I think, again, if the stuff in week 1 doesn't happen, I don't think we're here with, 46 left hash. I think we're not even talking about it, even if they are, 2-5, But that happened, and Russell Wilson looks like crap playing football. And for some reason, Nathaniel Hackett, to me, is being blamed a little too much for this. A little too much, in my opinion. Again, I know he's the head coach and he's responsible, but Mike, you've heard me say, and I'm not one to stick up for any quarterback or I don't play favorites. You know that. I think you've seen that. I've been critical of Aaron Rodgers plenty lately. Russell Wilson's, without question, problem number 1 on the Denver Broncos right now. And that's weird to say about a superstar quarterback. Yeah, their O-line is not great at pass protecting. I get that. But Russell Wilson's play has been below average. Not below his average, not below the quarterbacks in the top 5 or top 10 of the league type average. It's been below NFL average by far. And that's where I hope that they can let cooler heads prevail here and let Nathaniel Hackett continue to work his magic and maybe see if he can get this thing righted.
And this isn't a matter, in my opinion, of cooler heads or emotional reaction.
Yeah.
This is just, we don't know what these billionaires who helped fuel the growth of Walmart into one of the most successful companies in the world, we don't know what they're going to do here. Have they already come to the conclusion that Nathaniel Hackett falls into the category of coordinators who become head coaches and then find out, them and the rest of us, they're just not head coach material? There's only one way to find out. You have to go do the job.
Yeah.
Some guys are, some guys aren't. And I think what hurts him is Matt Eberflus, looking pretty good.
Right.
Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah.
Looking pretty good.
Yeah.
Brian Daboll.
Yeah.
Looking pretty great.
Right.
Right. And I remember, the Walmart people didn't buy this team until after Nathaniel Hackett was hired.
That's
until
what's scary.
After
right.
Russell Wilson was traded for. The only thing the Walmart people could have avoided was the contract. And they have to be kicking themselves for trusting George Payton and Nathaniel Hackett. I'm sure Nathaniel Hackett was on board with paying Russell Wilson. Like, we've been around him now for the offseason program, for training camp, and practices through the preseason, even though they kept him in bubble wrap in the preseason. And we've come to the conclusion that we should give this guy $46 million a year. If I am Rob Walton, Greg Penner, or Kerry Walton Penner, I want to know right now, who the heck thought this was a good idea to give this guy the contract based upon what we were seeing? Surely there was something that we saw to make us think, you know what, Russ may not have it anymore. Maybe Russ can't cook. Maybe Russ has lost the recipe book. Like, how do you not see it? A sign of it, a glimmer of it. So my point is, maybe at the end of the year they fire everybody. And buyouts aren't an issue for them. They've made enough money in the time I've been saying this to finance every buyout they'd have to pay to move on from Nathaniel Hackett. And I'm telling you, George Payton's got to start being worried too about reset button. The only thing that saved them is who's going to want to inherit this Russell Wilson mess and the salary cap damage it would do if they tried to move on from Russell Wilson, if they decide that's the thing. Because like you said, he's the number one problem. Where were the safeguards, Chris, to determine that he was the problem and we shouldn't give this guy $46 million per year? That's the question I'm asking right now if I'm ownership.
Listen, it's a legit question. I do get it. Again, he was a very highly sought-after commodity. He was. And I think, the offseason, the training camp, you can be fooled. Hey, he's all over his details. He's working tirelessly. Yeah, he's practicing great. We've infused all these plays, and we heard quarterbacks last week. Brett Rippon, I believe he even had a long comment saying last week that, the offense it's a little of Russell Wilson and it's some other things. They've taken Russell Wilson and what he wants to do and what he likes into account and infused it in this offense. So I think you can be fooled a little bit by the offseason training camp. And then you have week 1. And then there's the pressure of, like you talked about, they traded all these assets away to get a guy that, most teams wanted. But it is crazy.
Most?
Well,
Most?
What do you mean most? What? Yeah. Well, I mean,
you said most teams wanted.
Well, most teams wanted him. I mean, anybody would have wanted him. It wasn't like, anybody that had a quarterback need, where Russell Wilson was being thrown around in the conversation. I know he didn't want to go, to a lot of different places, but I'm just saying, I'm saying teams in football would want him. We all thought he was better than what he's doing right now.
Right. But I'll agree with that.
Yeah. And what is crazy, Mike, and what's even crazier, the situation, and I talked about this a long time on my podcast yesterday, it's hard to not watch Seattle right now and not have the question of, well, shit, maybe it was Russell Wilson that was a little bit of the issue here. Maybe they did hide it. Maybe I was wrong and we were all wrong a little bit up there about what was going on. Maybe. It's hard not to think that when you watch Seattle film and you see Geno throwing the ball all over the place and the offense is expanded. I don't know if Seattle got to the point where they were like, wait, we got to expand the offense or we can't win games and do something here. Or if it was like, wait, Russell Wilson, he didn't like doing this stuff and Geno doesn't care and here we go. So that's what's crazy. It's hard not to. I don't like to be that guy that does that. But damn, when you watch what Geno's doing in the Seattle offense right now, they're fun to watch and making plays everywhere.
Let's focus on that game quickly. Giants at Seahawks. Fill in the blank. The Seahawks will snap the Giants' winning streak if they what?
Continue to make big plays on the offense. That's to me where they're dangerous right now. The Giants, again, I think they're a team. The game, low scoring, ugly, 20-17, 21-17, 17-14. That's in the realm of the Giants where they want to be. If this ends up being, whoa, there goes, Tyler Lockett, there goes, Kenneth Walker and all that, and becomes a little bit of a shootout, I don't know. There's a part of me that thinks that the Giants won't be able to hang that way.
The Seahawks probably have no appetite right now for the 3-word slogans after the failure of let Russ cook, but I would say let Ken eat.
Yeah.
The more that we see from Kenneth Walker III, the more that he's doing. I'm telling you, the guy's Adrian Peterson, 2007. The burst, the speed, the strength, the total package, the guy is amazing. And there's,
I love it.
Oh, that's good. They at least revised that picture a little bit of salty Chargers fan with a double-barreled middle finger homage to Bud Adams. But yeah, just keep feeding Kenneth Walker. He's getting better and better every week. And I'm telling you, he could have a 200-yard game lurking here.
That's the part of the big play. The Giants are not very good against the run. And this guy's scary. Mike, I mean, Adrian Peterson is like one of the greats of greats. But I hear what you're saying. I've been saying in the last few weeks, like, Kenneth Walker is arguably already the best running back in football. He has got it all, to your point. He can, like Adrian Peterson, he can run you over, he can break your ankles, or he can, go 3 rockets up my ass and go 70 yards up the sideline and see you later. It's rare to see a running back have that type of combination. It really is. He's very special.
Last one. Very quickly.
Yeah.
What's more likely as the 3-4 49ers, losers of 2 in a row, take on the Rams in San Francisco's home away from home, because it will be a red tide at SoFi Stadium as the 49ers fans take over? What's more likely? Rams offense doesn't score a touchdown at all, or the Rams offense comes out firing on all cylinders as they exit their bye week?
Oh, man, those are tough decisions right there. Well, I mean, if you're going to give me one of the two, because that was very well worded there, I'm going to go firing on all cylinders, but I don't really think that's going to happen. I don't. I mean, I don't know if they're capable of firing on all cylinders, but I have a hard time thinking they won't score at least a touchdown on their bye week, have played the 49ers already. Like, they're going to score a touchdown. So I want to say the truth lies in between those two statements there, but I don't have a much faith in to go, the Rams are going to turn this around and come out and show us, what we saw at the end of last year. I don't see that.
I think the combination of the 49ers' desperation after losing 2 in a row,
right,
the mastery that Kyle Shanahan has shown of Sean McVay, the extra time with Christian McCaffrey, guys getting healthier, I think it's more likely the Rams get shut down like we saw them get shut down on Monday night a few weeks ago. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.